What's up, Nation's Corner friends, family, and fans? John in South Jersey here. Welcome to yet another edition of Nation's Corner on Location. And wait a minute. Guys, it's, dude, we don't see her on Nation's Corner on Location. We see her every Saturday night live, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, I believe, for the very first time to Nation's Corner on Location.
Yeah.
The great, powerful Debhausen sitting with me tonight. What's up, Deb?
What's up? I didn't realize until you just said it that this is the first time I've been on a Nation's Corner on Location.
You know how bad my brain is sometimes. You know how bad my brain is sometimes, and I actually remembered that, but this is very cool.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
So we'll bring him on in just one moment. We have the King of Cream, Stan Stylez. He's going to be talking about his upcoming show for the Inter Gender Bonanza. So bring him on screen, Stan Stylez.
We will. The head of the dessert table.
That's right.
Acknowledge him. Good evening, Stan. Welcome to Nation's Corner on Location with myself, John, and Deb. Thank you for joining us. And where you want to start, Deb?
Well, first, for those of you that are watching that might not know who Stan Stylez is,
You're wrong,
just a little kind of brief introduction into who you are, your character. You come out, your entrance theme is, for those of us who grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, we know this song very well, Satisfaction by Benny Benassi. Which is just, for the times that I've been in the crowd when you come out, it's the party. It is the party.
Yeah.
So just tell us a little bit about how you kind of, not only why you chose that song, that's so fun, but your whole thing with the whipped cream and everything. So just tell us a little bit about that.
So you saw me when I was a good guy, and I use Benny Benassi. I use Satisfaction. Yeah. And that's a good question. I can't even remember. I think a friend of mine showed me that song and said, "This is the perfect song for you. You should use it." And I used it for a long time. But now, if I'm a bad guy, if I'm the antagonist, I use the CWO theme. You haven't heard it yet,
yeah.
But it's on YouTube. Look up CWO theme. But yeah. My character, literally, it all came by accident. Like, it really did. Like 90% of it all came by accident. Like this thing right here, this came by accident.
Yes, it's been returned. We'll get into that later.
I like to just pretty much sum myself as creamy entertainment. That's who Stan Stylez is. Shake Weight Supreme, King of Cream, and the Master of Pants.
Yes. So... Okay, so for those of us who have been able to see your whole thing with your entrance and just all the little fun things throughout the matches that you do, we got the shake weight, we got the whipped cream. It is very first of all, I've seen you mostly at the Atlantic All-Star shows.
Yes,
a lot of kids in the crowd.
A lot of kids, yes. Family.
A lot of kids in the crowd. The kids love it. The kids have so much fun with everything that you do. But for those of us that are adults in the crowd, there's a whole lot of other stuff that adults, will find humor in and find fun in. So with the shake weight and everything, what do you think about that the kids love it so much?
I am dubbed the Wizard of Whipped Cream. And I've been doing this for so long. It's going to be 15 years next February. Yeah. And I just learned throughout these years and just was pretty much soaked in all this knowledge and and I got to wrestle a lot of veterans. And they literally I just listened and just pretty much, it doesn't matter what crowd I can be a part of. I'm gonna get over or I'm gonna get heat. No matter what, you're gonna love me or you're gonna hate me. I can do a few things to make you love me and a few things to make you hate me. And it's just people like you're a true artist, like Stan Stylez. They say you're just a master. You get wrestling, and it's just I just want to have fun. The more fun I'm having, I'm gonna make sure the audience is gonna have even more fun because that makes me have more fun. It makes me even happier.
Yeah, that's true.
Great outlook.
That's very, very true.
Great outlook.
John, did you have anything along those lines?
Stan, where did you start? And now I've known for you for quite a while, probably about 4 or 5 years now, and I'm in here in South Jersey, just outside of Philadelphia. I'm in the same town as the Monster Factory. I live in Paulsboro. So I've seen you. I've seen you there. I've seen you at AEW. I've seen you at H20. I've seen you at various other indies and stuff. But where did you start?
Well, I first started, I would say it's more like Northern Jersey, up in like when Ace back in like 2010 was up in New York City, Jersey City. Around that was my first time. Those were my first times, and then I ventured into like New England a little bit, and then started really kind of getting more notice when Beyond Wrestling was just doing. They used to do just tapings for networking. There was no fans. I was on the first ever Beyond show with fans. Like that's crazy.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. My question, my standard question I ask, especially for indie talents we interview. You were able to put together an Inter Gender show during WrestleMania week over at Tremont's H20 that I unfortunately wasn't able to attend. It was on my list, but I had other engagements. But my source telling me it went over very well. What was that? Was that cool? Being it's always a challenge to run your own show and your own promotion, but you're literally trying to do something where you could have hundreds, if not thousands, all depending, seeing you for the first time, seeing your product, seeing your promotion and stuff. How cool was that? Was it equally scary and cool? Was it more cool than scary? What was it like?
It was amazing. It was so amazing because, man, everyone was telling me, do a show. And the only person who said not to do it was my best friend, Mark Angel, said, don't do it. But his son, Marcus, said, no, we got to do it. Uh-oh, where'd she go?
She'll be back.
There she is. So I said, we got to go all out because, hey, WrestleMania hasn't been around Philadelphia for 25 years. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I literally was like, I want to have the best show yet. I want to just have just a banger of a show. And it was. Everyone's told me it's been the best IGB yet. But IGB 20 is coming up. It's around the corner. And I promise it's going to be even better.
Yeah. Is it? Are we up to that many now with IGB 20?
Yes, 20 of them.
Has it really been that long? Wow, man, it doesn't seem like it, but wow, congratulations!
Yeah,
man.
Thank you. I really thank you. I really feel I was told this. Like I think it's the longest ever intergender show in Jersey. Like I don't think no other show.
Oh yeah, no. That whoever said that's factual.
That is just and I always say this too. Like it's dubbed the Inter Gender Bonanza, but it's a show unlike any other shows. It's the show that don't take itself too seriously, like me.
Sure.
It's so much fun. It's so much comedy. It's excitement. It's ridiculous. It's goofy. It's silly. It's wrestling. Anyone can see it. And it's just so much fun.
Yeah, they are. I've been to a few. And like I said, I was really mad I couldn't make the WrestleMania one because that looked like amazing. A really good one. I am absolutely coming to 20. Yeah, I will be in attendance. So, but yes, you're absolutely right. They are a really good time. But as an indie promoter / performer, we're in this incredible wave right now. Pro wrestling has never been hotter.
Yeah,
I mean, from the very, very top all the way down. Everybody, we're in pop culture. We're not the kids in the basement with nerding out, in between mom's mac and cheese anymore. We are mainstream. We are here. We have voices. But especially on the indie level, as you work these promotions, what are you seeing? Are you seeing that trickle down from what you know, attendances being bigger, entrances, or interests being bigger, you know, bigger venues and stuff. Are you seeing that from your perspective?
Yeah, it definitely is more a little slower in the summertime with vacations, but after WrestleMania, that was a big wave for Philly, for all this, for the entire area, Jersey. Like, I was so busy. In fact, this is the only weekend I think I don't have anything. 'Cause my show got canceled, but this is the first week I'm just have nothing. I'm like, all right, awesome, time for a break. I can sit back and I can start handing out my flyers, start doing promoter stuff because I'm like, man, it's coming up so soon. But yeah, it's been so busy, and it's great. It's great because WWE and AEW, they're thriving, and indie wrestling's thriving. There's more companies coming back or new companies running more shows, and like you said, the crowds are getting bigger, and I feel like that. It always changes. That's why I love wrestling so much. It's always changing. It's always evolving. Just like me, I'm always trying to change and evolve and stay fresh. After all these years, you got to stay fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. And that you do. And it's one thing just to have a gimmick that works in the moment or works for a little while. But the one thing I've always, in the time I've gone to shows and seen you, the one thing is you seem to have that finger on the pulse. You know how to make the little changes to keep things fresh, to keep things interesting. And that's whether if you're working complete baby face or total heel. You know, you get I've seen it. You get and Deb has never seen this. Deb has never seen heel
I
stand.
haven't yet.
Heel stand is a MFer.
Yeah.
No doubt. I mean,
I'm the ultimate protagonist or the ultimate antagonist.
Yeah, you do. You want to talk about poking the bears, and he just. But
I had a
very
DJ last weekend tell me, please don't ever be a baby face. And I'm like, oh, I am baby face at some companies I work at. Like, hell, and I got to see this. I'm like, it's a flip of a coin. It's just so simple to me. And I get asked, I get asked too, like, what do I prefer doing? And I said, doesn't matter. It's always going to be entertaining. No, it's always going to be entertaining.
That is true. You deliver on both sides.
True.
Yeah,
that's absolutely true. But yeah, like no, even as an antagonist, you know, I've seen it at some shows that I've been into. The kids in the crowd that will cheer you when you're babyface, when you're that heel, or anyone really when they're a heel. The kids just absolutely buy in, and I've heard worse trash talk from children in crowds at indie shows than from the adults.
Yep, I got flipped off. I got called the F word. I'm like, and they're like 6-7 years old.
Yeah. All right. Way personal inside note on this, Dan. How many of those were Mark Angel's kids?
They were a couple. No, actually, Mark Angel's kids love me. Actually, his sons love me. They'll boo him, but cheer me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right. Great. That's awesome. All right. Well, why don't we get into it, Deb? Inter Gender Bonanza. Give me the match graphic. Do the magic of production, maybe.
Where is it?
Coming up. I can't remember.
Okay. So there's the show poster.
Yep. Thursday.
It's my party. I'll cream if I want to.
Right.
Brilliant.
Yes. Thursday, the 22nd of August.
Yeah, my legit birthday.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Okay.
Well, I'll have to bring extra stuff then for your birthday. But now you're the last IG show you did up in Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, I did a co-show with Focus Pro. Yes.
Right. Okay. But now we're back, kind of back on the home turf back here over at H2O in Williamstown, New Jersey, Matt Tremont's place. 20, man. That's just so cool. That's so cool to think that something's been going on that long. But what gave you the idea of intergender? I mean, we've seen intergender shows on as a special or one-off here and there and stuff.
Yeah.
Much less one. We're 20 shows in. So what's the appeal of it to you and made you want to continue it?
It's something different, something unique, and something super fun that you have to see live. I love IWTV and watching wrestling stream, but you just got to be at the IGB live. Because expect unexpected. I always try to top every single one. And literally, I never throw fastballs. I'm always changing up. I'm always throwing curveballs, changing the pitches, changing the plays on the field. Like, and people are always like, "What is going on?" And I love that because I love that emotion and drama. And it's like, I'll be honest, some shows if I'm watching shows, if I'm not part of, I'm like, wow, this is kind of like, nah, it's kind of boring. It's kind of basic. It's kind of like what I could see on TV. You come to the IGB, ladies and gentlemen, it's like nothing you've ever seen before, straight up.
Right.
Especially
with intergender matches, we're starting to see it more on TV wrestling.
Yeah.
But it's still not as ubiquitous as on the indies.
Yeah, I feel that. And Mark Angel said this in the podcast that like I was like almost like one of the like founding fathers of it, like are bringing it in more because I started the IGB in 2018, and I got a lot of people like being like, "Yo, this is great," this is I love it. I got a lot of names at that time were really hitting me up, wanting to be a part of it, which was crazy. I never even thought that would happen, but also a lot of like companies saw like what kind of buzz it was making and who was on these cards, and they were like kind of like started to incorporate more intergender shows or matches in their shows right after mine. So I was like, well, did I really trickle it down into other companies? But then people come back like, but no one does it like I do. No one has the stories or the characters like I do. I love characters.
Yeah.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's all about, the characters. The characters are what gets the audience involved and what makes them, cheer or boo respectively.
Yeah. I love that kind of interaction. It's all about the crowd because you guys could be going to the movies, you could go to the mall, go to the park, do something else, but you spend your hard-earned money to see us do our silly fights and entertain you guys and suspend disbelief. So I'm so thankful for that.
After 40 plus years of watching wrestling and especially independent wrestling, it's still the best entertainment value for your dollar, bar none. And independent and we are huge proponents of independent wrestling here on Nation's Corner and women's wrestling. And there's access and things you'll see at an indie show that you won't see on AEW or WWE at a fraction. You can't even pay to park at Wells Fargo to see a WWE show for what you can go sit with with your wife, with your kid, your girlfriend, a couple of buddies and sit front row at an indie show and absolutely have the time of your lives and enjoy the hell out of it to the point where like I don't go to movies. I don't, I Deb will 100% vouch. I go to indie shows. That's what my weekends are. I go to indie shows, and it won't change, and hopefully never will.
Yeah, especially for kids. I tell people all the time, if you go see, a larger wrestling show at the arena, a TV show, you're going with your kid. First of all, you're paying 3 times as much than an indie show to go to an arena where, you won't be up close in the action. They won't be able to say hi to the wrestlers. You go to an indie show, you get that kind of personal level that you don't get from a larger arena show. The kids can talk to all the wrestlers. The kids can sit there in the front row and flip them off.
More intimate atmosphere.
Yeah, and it's much more interactive. It's a lot of fun for the kids. You can support the indie wrestlers by buying their merch, buying their T-shirts, and all that stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
So let's get in a couple of the matches. Your match first.
Oh boy, there she is.
That's what, dude. She has been her and Tiffany Avatar. By the way, Tiffany Avatar.
Another one.
I absolutely love her, but I saw the video when she stole your shake weight.
Yeah,
my girl got wheels. My girl got wheels. She was like accelerate, gone. She might still be running. There was nobody catching her. I was like, wow.
Can I tell you guys right now on this that we did not plan any of that? We just did it. It was all
apparently that's
awesome.
3/4 away down the block before the camera even caught up to her. She just took off. I was like, whoa. Erica Demaya is a very interesting character in amongst herself. You know, she is the real life anime comic book hero. And I've seen her both on streams and perform live. Excellent in the ring, dude. You know, we all know that you say you've been wrestling for 15 years. It's probably the last time that you actually enjoyed carbs. So, because you're in phenomenal shape. But dude, this is no easy task with her.
No, she's trained a long time. She's really good. She gets wrestling. She gets her character. And I when I saw her, I believe it was just doing stuff with her dad, like just training her.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, she's like a female Deku. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I saw her really evolve, and I'm like, wow, she's getting quite a buzz. I always look for that buzz, and I'm like, wow, she's getting a buzz. And I'm like, you know what? I need to wrestle this girl because I can be the ultimate villain in her manga, and I am. So and now she's rematching me because she didn't really beat me. The ref screwed me. If you haven't checked out the match, it's on YouTube or IWTV. It's a really, really fun match. Really, really fun. But I was the creamer in that match. But I think I need to go extra creamer for the rematch, the last person standing.
Definitely looking forward to that one. All right, what else you got there?
So this is one I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here. Adina Steele versus Darian Hardway. We've had Darian on our show a couple times before. That dude is a star, and John and I have both seen Adina Steele plenty of times, and she's a star as well. So tell us a little bit about that match and what's going on with that.
Well, pretty much Adina, she pretty much turned the tables on everybody and joined the CWO when no one thought she would.
She was their hero. She was the biggest anti-CWO, and she just when you think I know all the answers, they change
the cream will set her free.
She saw the cream will set her free. She saw
the kind of
light
switched too. He was kind of like he was an antagonist, and he now is adorned a newer like Superman kind of hero with his new gear and stuff, his white gear and his gold gear, and you know. There's been some unfinished business with those two for a while, and Dina's like, you know what, I'm going to shut him up once and for all for me and for hurting Papa G, always attacking Papa G and stuff. My referee, what the hell's Papa G ever did to him? I'm going to get it. I told him, and Papa G gave him strict orders. If he touches Papa G, he's done. He's banned for the Bonanza. Done.
No.
No more.
You know, you might have just put a bullseye on Papa G's back. I'm just telling you. I just knowing. You might have inadvertently. I understand you mean well, but all right. We got any other?
So another one I wanted to mention because I do like both of these people quite a lot. Okay, Riot City Rules Street Fight. Sickened versus Brittany Blake.
Yeah. Sickened,
that's gonna be something.
As I already made him a name for himself with Riot City's Most Wanted. And perennial favorite, everybody's favorite vampire slayer, Brittany Blake, who and I've personally known Brittany for probably about 10 years from now. And every time I see her wrestle, I think one thing: this little thin, tiny girl is going to die. And she never does.
She never does.
She is absolutely pound for pound one of the toughest wrestlers I have ever seen. And that's not a knock because there's not a lot of pounds to her. I honestly think my one good leg weighs more than she does.
Yeah.
But she has this, and what I like is she is one of those ones by any means necessary. She is not above going over, under, or snapping rules right in half. She has incredible work ethic and incredible work in the ring. And I'm, of course, going to root for Brittany while I'm there live to see it on the 22nd. But second again, man, this is a traveled guy. He's been around the block a little bit, has a name for himself. And, I mean, credit to you. I know you have your CWO hat on, but with your Booker hat on, credit for you for setting this match up and giving people something different and something that it's one to me when I saw it, I was like, I never knew I needed to see Brittany Blake and Sickend in a match, but I want to now.
Yeah,
I do want to see it. So good on you.
Before at the IGB, and he actually broke her streak because there was a long history of her. I believe she was like maybe 6 or 7-0 for a while, and he broke it. And then she actually was like, you know what, Stan, I think I need to go to your side, the black and white, get some help. And now, you know, hey, there might be some help there. I don't know. It's no rules. So, hey, Sickend wanted that match. So I was like, you want that? You want no rules? It's no rules, but you never know.
Yeah, but there's that, but that can also, as we know, you know, sometimes you're thinking you're doing somebody a favor. Oh, it's no rules, do whatever you want. But that opens it up for the opponent, for the opposition as well. Well, you know, we've seen, you know, Brittany does these absolutely stellar and wonderful cosplays and stuff. You ever see some of the boots and stuff she wears with them? They weigh more than she does. When she cracks, if she cracks Sickend with one of them, dude, my man's going out like birds, like an eye spinning.
We're gonna wait and find out. Then we're gonna wait and find out in August.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna see that live on the 22nd.
Yeah. One more match. I just brought this up here. So the IGB Super Title match: Marcus Mathers versus Kylie Alexa of NWA. That should be really, really interesting.
I hope Kylie messes him up. I hope Kylie squashes him. I hope she does. I can't stand that Marcus Mathers. I can't stand the fan.
He is a cocky SOB, isn't he? Ooh,
you know what? He's cocky like his father, but that's okay because his father's better than him. And I'm just so tired of more. It's out of the old and in with the new. Kylie is just as young as he is, and she's just as talented. She's NWA. She's gonna be IGB champ, and Marcus is just out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah. Yeah, Kylie has definitely made a name for herself in the NWA. You know, she is pretty young, but she's worked her tail off the last few years to really make a splash. I definitely want to see her win this.
Since her affiliation and getting signed with NWA and working with them, she has really her game overall has really risen. And you know, I'm kind of with you, Stan. I always like watching Marcus Mathers get beat up, no matter if it's one man, one woman, 10 people, 5 people, don't matter. It's always fun to see him get the shit stomped out of him. So
he's tough. I'll give him credit where credit's due. He's taken on a lot of names, and he's been in this business about 5 years, and he's done a lot of stuff. And he's been to Japan. He's going to the UK, I believe, at the end of August, but he's going to the UK without being the IGB champ. That's for sure.
Okay. Well, see, now you just made his travel easier. His bag may be about 10 pounds or so lighter.
So.
Yeah, without that belt, now he doesn't worry about packing it. Now it's like he has a lighter bag. You shaved his airfare. See, how even in tragedy, you're helping people out.
Yep.
There you go. So I mean, there is a bunch of other matches on the show. I didn't pull in all the match graphics, but we have the Legend of Solar versus Abs.
Yes, Erica's father. Ooh, that no good. Can't stand that guy either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Let me see. Where's the other one? Brian Bayside versus Ava Everett.
That's gonna be fun. Ava's a favorite of mine, and I hope she stomps the hell out of him too, because I love how she is a pure fighter. She loves to throw hands, and that's why I love watching her.
She's great.
Yeah, and we also have Sammy Chaos versus Killdozer. I've seen Sammy Chaos a bunch of times in person, and she's no joke.
No, she's not.
Go ahead.
She took it to Mark Angel at Starcream, and I was like, "Whoa, Mark Angel, what the hell was that?" And he was like, "Damn, Stan, damn." I'm like, "All right, well, I think we have somebody take on the Killdozer," because I always I had so many matches playing for Cream Mania. Hell, I'll say it. I wanted to use Kylie. Kylie hit me up and I just had I couldn't do like 15 matches. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Budget wise, and just it was just too much. I'm like, so I saved some for this one, and so yeah, we're definitely going to see that match. A lot of people have been talking about it. Like it's probably Sammy's like biggest match and probably the biggest challenge she's going to have. But I think that she's more than capable of doing some damage to Killdozer, which he's been hit hard. He's been through hell, set on fire, everything. So this is going to be something you got to see.
Well, my comment to all of this match, and especially when I saw it announced, is, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a banger alert hoss fight. Two big, strong, imposing individuals, and Sammy Chaos, who I absolutely love because she doesn't just hurt people, she obliterates them.
Yeah.
She absolutely
really
just runs people over and leaves nothing but greasy spots behind her. She is amazing. And yes, I would have to say this is her big match, because if you're not familiar who Killdozer is, I'll let out a little secret. It's not Tremont's alter ego.
So we'll definitely have to see what's going to go on with that.
I hope think that would last, because there ain't going to be much H20 standing after those two are done.
Yeah, probably not.
So, no. I mean, we may have to have ambulances standing by just for the crowd, because I'm not opposed to either one of them seeing either one of them grabbing somebody or chair and just using a fan to beat the opponent with. I can see it.
There's actually going to be another match I'm going to be announcing probably soon this week too. I haven't announced yet. So there's actually be one more match. I mean, 9 matches.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Let us know, and I'll absolutely help you get the word out on that. Now, Stan,
yes, definitely.
Now, Stan, I just have one other thing. See, I don't offer this to most people, but you're here on the show. You're part of the Nation's Corner family now. I just want to, sometimes you need to have a little something that you might, I'm not saying you need it to win, but it does help turn the tide.
It does. I should fill it with cream.
We could do that. It's plastic wine, so it's hyperallergenic. But this is AK9K. This is the most dangerous weapon in pro wrestling. And of course, obviously, it comes with me to every show.
Oh, wow.
And I'm saying
we're still trying to figure out a way to get that into Tommy Dreamer's hands so he can hit someone.
Oh, wow. You have to use that at
I'm saying I will be in the crowd. Just let yourself obviously now, and let the other members of the CWO know that I will be in the crowd. I will, I'm very very hard to miss, even with this. But absolutely, this a little on the high sign. I'm not saying that you need it, not saying that anybody needs it, but it's just call it a little insurance policy.
Yes, I think that is another secret weapon I could use, or somebody in CWO could use.
Yes.
I got a lot of secret weapons for.
Well, the only thing I didn't know if you noticed in that saying it's awful naked right now. This is the newest version 3.0.
Oh, hell yeah.
I really think a CWO sticker plastered upon this would really up its game. So maybe on the 22nd we'll have to make that happen. So
hell yeah.
So absolutely. Yeah. I will absolutely save a spot for it on AK9K for a CWO sticker to wear proudly.
But CWO country in the house, always.
Always in my backyard. So, all right.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? I'm going to show the poster one more time for everybody. Thursday, August 22nd in, I can't read that, Williamstown, New Jersey. I don't have my glasses on.
Right. H20 Center in Williamstown, New Jersey.
It's my party. I'll cream if I want to. Mm-hmm. Tickets are still available.
Yes.
Yeah. Tickets. Are you streaming that show, Stan?
Yeah, on IWTV.
Is it going to be live streamed, or is it going to be live on IWTV? Cool. So everybody out there in Nation's Corner, if you have IWTV, absolutely look up if you can't be there in attendance, and again, you're wrong if you're not there live.
Gotta be there live,
but you can absolutely tune in and see all this fun that we're having live. Those of us who will be there on IWTV. So, and absolutely support and see all the and they have the full library of IGB shows at this point, right?
They should be all on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. If you are a fan or a user of IWTV, check out IGB, Intergender Bonanza, and check out all the previous shows and all of the insane and wacky things and entertaining times that they have had.
I'm all over the place there and YouTube.
Yeah.
Stan, this has been great. This has been so much fun. Like I said, I am looking forward to seeing you all live on the 22nd in Williamstown. Where can our fans and folks get a hold of you, see you? How can they interact with you? Give us the socials, the merch, everything. Give us the whole shoot.
Stan Stylez, pretty much on all my social media. Or, oh gosh, I should have turned that off. I didn't know I had Skype on. But yeah, easiest way to find me is Google search Stan Stylez with Z. All my social media will pop up. I do have a Big Cartel site, which I need to update because people have been going up there. I had a lot of people hit me up or hit up the Big Cartel after WrestleMania weekend. I'm like, oh crap, like I need to update that. But yeah, Twitter, Stan Stylez IGB, IG Bonanza, Twitter or X now it's called, Instagram Inter Gender Bonanza, Instagram Stan_Stylez. Yeah, and I've been using my TikTok a lot lately too. TikTok Stan Stylez.
Oh, okay.
Well, you just gained another new fan.
Well, I'm not on the TikTok, but other people
You will
are.
be. Yeah,
there we go.
Will be. You will be.
Get some traction with TikTok, so I've been using it a lot more lately.
Good.
Okay. Stan, anything going? You just mentioned before we sat down. You were mentioning that you have a very rare off weekend coming up. Between now and IGB 20, where can folks see you?
I believe the next weekend, I believe that's August 3rd. I'll be at Three Legacies in the Red Rose Rumble. The following week, I have a show for Voltage Wrestling. And then the following week, I'm in 2 Rumbles. This is like Rumble August. I'm at SWA Rumble. I think there's another show sprinkled in there too. And then the weekend of my show is Thursday. And then Saturday, it's Titan down at the shore and at Kaiju Pro in Connecticut. So at the end of August is a little crazy again.
Yeah, man. Hey, nice. Booked and busy. That's always nice.
And I'll be at Atlantic All-Star in September too.
Yes.
Okay.
We look forward to that. Maybe we'll even have you back on for that. Because of course, now that you've been on with us and here on Nation's Corner on location, Stan, you're a part of the family. You're a part of the crew. That means that you're welcome. You have carte blanche. You get a hold of any one of us if you have something you want to talk about, promote, whatever. Our facilities are open to you. They're at your disposal. So absolutely, by all means, please take, or even any other members of the CWO. Absolutely. We're more than glad. You, like I said, you have carte blanche now that you've been our guest. And we thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Okay. Thank you. And have a wonderful night.
Thank you guys. Take care.
All right, Deb.
All right.
That was, of course, Stan Stylez, the king of cream, the head of the dessert table. His shows are so much fun. These Inter Gender Bonanza shows are really just, and not to get too in the weeds with it and everything, but man, they're just a good time. They're fun.
Yeah.
He said they don't take themselves too seriously, but on that aspect. But man, these are top indie wrestlers that you see on these shows. Absolutely names you've seen, these names and they're just putting on fantastic matches and having a whole hell of a lot of fun doing it.
Oh yeah, and like you said, names that you've seen, names that anybody who is aware of the indie scene in kind of the Northeast area, PA, Delaware, Maryland, New York, New Jersey, and even into New England. Like he said, he's going to be doing a show in Connecticut. You know, we see a lot of the names circling around to all the indie promotions in the entire Northeast region of the country. So yeah, these are people that a lot of people are aware of. And we say all the time, support indie wrestling, because you never know, someone that you see at an indie show and they're young and just starting out, or you know, have been on the grind for years. You know, we might see them in AEW and WWE in a few years. We've seen it. We've seen it firsthand of people that we got to know on the indie scene that, you know, a couple years down the road, they're being featured on NXT.
Yes. You know,
so
but yeah, and still, it's still the best entertainment value for the money.
Yeah,
I'll fight anyone that tells me different. There's nothing. Well, this was your first time, Deb. You made it.
Yeah,
you know, not quite as good as your first time calling in the Busted Open, but you know, I tried. I did try.
It's hard to top that.
Of course. Your name and reputation precedes you, but for
suppose.
How can the folks get a hold and get in contact with you besides clicking the link?
Well, as always, at That's So Debonair on the Twitter machine and on the Instagram. On Twitter, I mostly just share wrestling stuff. On Instagram, you might get a little bit more of a glimpse into my personal life here and there. Sharing photos of the, things that I'm up to, adventures and all that. So, go ahead and just
down a river.
Oh yeah. I went. I was flown down the river with my parents the other day. It was a grand old time. So, yeah, just go. Either one of those profiles, Twitter and Instagram. Click the follow button. That's it.
Very, very cool. And of course, you can see her every Saturday night, 7 p.m. live Eastern on the Nation's Corner. So, for the aforementioned great and powerful Debhausen, I'm John in South Jersey. Thank you for joining us tonight on Nation's Corner on Location, and we will see you all at the shows.